think we're on.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome backstage with Chris tonight, Tuesday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, where we cook live. How's everybody doing?
I'm doing good. We got Bruce here.
Well, hi, Bruce.
He says, howdy, folks. Love the trailer.
Good to see you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we got Steven Stone here.
Hi, Steven.
He says, howdy, y'all. Good evening from Corpus Christi, Texas.
Good to see you, sir.
And Bruce also says that he loves Corpus Christi. Says, I'm about an hour north of Houston.
Nice. Texas is in the house.
Yeah, absolutely. You got some folks talking back. Rockin' Keto Amy's in the house.
Hi, Amy.
She says, hello, everyone, and happy Tuesday.
Good to see you.
Lynn's here, 22
Hi, Lynn.
Q-Cat. Says, hi, Chris, Ash, and all this evening.
Good to see you.
Yeah. Sherry from Washington is here.
Hi, Sherry.
We also have Auntie in the house.
Hello, Auntie.
Saying hey to everybody. Katrina C is here. Says, hi, Chris, Ash, and everyone. Hope everyone had a nice Thanksgiving.
Yeah, same to you, Katrina. Glad you're here.
Yeah, absolutely. Evelyn's here.
Hi, Evelyn.
Hello, Evelyn. Says, hello, friends. Addicted to Antlers is in the house.
Well, hello to you.
Says, hello, all. Auntie says, my friend came over today, and he spent a few hours helping me. Well, he did most of the work. I pointed, got stuff moved, and got my Christmas boxes from storage.
All right, there you go.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Chris and I decorated our house. We had Chris's parents here and my younger brother, and we all pitched in and got it done.
Yeah, did that on Black Friday.
Yeah. So that's awesome. Lisa E says, can it be real? I made it to alive.
Well, hi, Lisa. We're so glad you did. It
Yeah.
must be real because I'm pretty sure I'm real, and I think Ash is real too. So
I think so.
I think we're here.
Yeah. M.A. says, hi, Chris and crew.
Hello, Emmy.
Your mom and dad are here.
Hello, Mom and Dad.
Rickwin96 says, howdy, folks.
Hello, Rickwin.
Marilda says, hello, Chris, Ash, and all precious others.
Hello, Marilda. We're glad to see you.
Yeah. Cool. And Holly Springer's in the house.
Hi,
and
Holly.
Hello, everyone.
Yes.
Awesome.
Well, cool.
So what are we cooking here, babe?
We're having some fun tonight. We're going to do something a little different. I have linked for you guys in the description box down below my meatball recipe. So if you don't know how my meatball mixture is made after this live, you can go watch that. But I made a batch of my meatball mixture. And I have that sitting on a tray here, and I have some hot oil, and I have what is kind of an odd looking little dish there. When my parents were here, one of the things I made was a chipped beef based cheese ball. And other than, there's some shallot and some chives in there, but other than that, it's all carnivore stuff. And so this was some leftover from our Thanksgiving, and I thought, well, why don't we find a way to use that? And so I had this cool idea, and I think this is going to be really tasty, and this is going to be a completely different way of using a leftover thing like, say, a cheese ball. And I know there's probably a bunch of you out there that are like, a cheese ball? Why would you have a cheese ball? You don't eat crackers, and you don't eat chips and things like that. You guys just stick around this month. But that being said, we have some cheese ball left over. And I thought, well, you can't really do anything with a cheese ball unless maybe you can do something with a cheese ball. So we are going to use it, and we are going to do stuffed, and I'm using a shallow pan to do it, but essentially deep fried meatballs tonight. And it's going to be absolutely fantastic. I'm quite confident, and Ash and I are going to thoroughly enjoy these for dinner. So I have pre-made the meat mixture. I have rolled it out into the meatball size that I want to use. These are roughly the size of a golf ball. Pretty close to that. That's large enough that I can stuff them without them just breaking open like into a million different pieces, but they're also small enough that I can get them cooked in this deep fried sort of method. So I'm frying in a combination of lard and bacon grease. You can use beef tallow, you could use ghee, whatever it is you like, but whatever it is you have, some kind of an animal fat. And I have probably about an inch or so of that in my cast iron skillet there. It comes up about halfway up the meatball. That'll be fine. We're just gonna do like a shallow pan version of deep frying. And it's actually how my grandma used to do fried chicken when I was a kid, when she would make it for me. So we're gonna do that method, and we're gonna fry these up, and I think they're going to be absolutely amazing. So that's what we're doing tonight.
I am so excited about this.
Yeah.
I really am. I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty hard not to get excited about meatballs, especially when you're going to deep fry them in bacon grease.
Yeah. And then you're going to put like cheese and stuff in them. Like, sign me up.
Yes.
I love everything about it. Auntie, by the way, says, Chris's shirt. Today, y'all can be Cash and Ash.
Yeah, that's right.
There you go.
Love it.
And Julie says, hey, guys, from Anchorage, Alaska.
Well, hello, Julie.
Yeah. Let's see. You want me to say hey to some more people here, Bo?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
Awesome. Mary MC says, hi, Chris. Glad I made it tonight.
Hello. We're glad you made it for sure.
You got Dawn says hello from Des Moines, Iowa.
Hello, Dawn.
Aaron says, love the Christmas theme for this show.
Oh, thank you, Aaron.
Gotta love our little Christmas lights.
Yeah, well, listen, I love Christmas. We have the whole house decorated, so I figure the kitchen can just look Christmassy while we do all this stuff this month.
There you go. 8 Worship, 7 Dancer. Howdy, y'all, from Portland, Texas.
Well, hello. Glad to see you from Portland, Texas here.
And we got Low Carb Spin in the house.
Hi, Karen. So glad you're here.
It says, hi, Chris and Ash. Good evening, everyone. Yep, good evening. Patricia Hoffman wants to know, does Mel have a cute Christmas scarf?
She does.
She does.
She has a Grinch bandana that she wears during this time of the year.
Yep. She actually has 2.
Yeah.
She's quite the girl.
Yeah, if you guys saw my Monday morning motivation that I do every Monday, I did it yesterday. We do that every Monday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And we talk about carnivore and keto and health and all these different kinds of things and get motivated for our week. But yesterday, I was wearing a great big fluffy Grinch sweatshirt. It's a sized blanket sweatshirt. And it's actually behind Ash over there on the chair right now. So if I get cold later as we're eating dinner, that will be right back on. But when I'm in the kitchen, I get a little hot. So
right, got to work. Plus, you got to fry up the meatballs.
Yeah, I don't want to get the Grinch all covered in grease.
Yeah, we love Christmas though. We're just big kids.
So Mel and I are both Grinchy during the season, the way we dress. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Rosemary Palmer says hello, everyone.
Hi, Rosemary.
North Dakota. 30 degrees here today, nice and warm.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, burr, so cold. We actually got snow here in Nashville last night.
Yeah, we had a little nice pile up of snow on the cars. Nothing really stuck to the ground, but on the cars where it was cold enough for it to stick, it looked like about a half an inch.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mel took the opportunity to go out and roll in that just half an inch.
Yeah, where it stuck to the grass until it melted.
Oh yeah, she was all about it.
She loves the snow.
Loves it.
Loves it.
Auntie says cheese balls can be eaten with a fork.
Yep,
LOL.
Yep, they absolutely can. They absolutely can.
Absolutely. Keto Mama is in the house and says
Keto
hello.
Mama.
And we got Mr. Dustin at Keto Simple.
What's going on, Dustin?
He says driving home from Walmart.
From Walmart.
From Walmart.
All right.
Wonder, maybe he's getting something good at Walmart.
I don't know. What you buying me, Dustin? What you sending me for Christmas?
Do you think he's getting like a nice hunk of meat?
Probably.
Nice steak.
Probably buying beef patties.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
So we got Dustin in the house. Lynn says, 22Q Cat, hey, Dustin, do you ever stay home? No, LOL.
Nah, Dustin never does.
He's always out
He's always
about.
going. He's always going doing something.
Absolutely. And Auntie says, oh, fun. Melon snow, how fun.
Yes, most definitely.
Awesome, babe. Well, we're all caught
Cool.
up.
Well, we're going to get started. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how I do this. So I have these meatballs pre-rolled out. Now, tip with this meatball mixture, it is very soft. It is very sticky. So if your hands are a little bit wet, it makes it much easier to handle this mixture and not have it just stick to your fingers and just totally rip apart on you. So you don't need them very wet. You just want them damp. So I just get a few drops of water and then kind of rub it around. And that way my hands are a little wet. So I pre-rolled these meatballs. All I'm going to do is take a meatball and I'm going to get my temperature up here on my oil. I want this to be about 325 because we're going to cook it through. I don't want it to get too hot on the outside before I can get it cooked in the middle. So somewhere around the 325-ish range should be fine. But I'm going to take a meatball in a wet hand and I'm just going to kind of open up the center a little bit, and your hands are the best tool in the kitchen. So we're just going to grab a little chunk of our cheese ball and I'm just going to kind of squeeze it into its own little meatball, as it were. And I'm just going to put it in the center. And then we're just going to very carefully fold that up around and seal it as best we can. You might get a little bit of leakage, that's all right, but we want to limit that as much as possible. Roll that around. There's our little stuffed meatball. And we're going to give this just a minute to make sure it's hot enough. And thankfully these induction burners heat up very quickly. Now, very carefully, do not do this aggressively. Don't drop your meatball from up here. That's a good way to hurt yourself. Very carefully, that goes in and we should get a nice bubble. Just like that. And we're just gonna start frying these, and we're gonna fry, like 2 minutes aside probably. We'll kind of turn it over. We'll just sort of play with it and get it figured out. Once these come out of the oil, they're going to be coated in oil, but we're gonna have this nice crust on the outside that forms from the deep frying. So I have a draining setup over here. I have a cooling rack set up over another cookie sheet. These are going to go on the rack, and then they will go in a hot oven if you need to store them for a while. I have the oven over here set at 170 degrees. That's the lowest my oven will go. I could put it on a keep warm setting. That's only about 100 degrees though, and it only does it for an hour, so I just have it set for 170. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make these, throw them on my cooling rack here, which will let the grease fall away from the meatball. It'll keep the outside as nice and crispy as it can stay. And then we'll put these before we eat dinner, as Ash is having a salad along with her dinner tonight. And so as I get that ready, I will be putting the cookie sheet there inside the oven to stay nice and warm, so we have these beautiful cheesy stuffed meatballs in the end. If you guys have questions about anything I'm doing, please drop it in the comments down below. I'll be more than happy to talk to you about it. But you can see I'm just kind of gently getting that into the center, sealing it up, and then I just kind of use my hands very, very gently. I'm not compressing this mixture. Very gently, just put that all together so that it kind of holds together. And then I'm just going to take some kitchen tongs here, and we're just going to fry the second side. And you say it takes like a couple minutes per side probably. Should be plenty, no big deal. Now, one thing you want to be careful of is not to overcrowd your pan. If you get too much stuff in your pan, it drops the temperature of your oil. And then instead of getting a nice crust on the outside, you're basically going to get something that looks squishy and it's going to be oily. So just be careful you don't get it too crowded, but this will definitely handle some more. So see, that just goes into the center, just like that. And then we just kind of seal that up around it, like so. And then just gently roll it into a meatball. Carefully put it in.
Awesome. I know we're clearly having these for dinner, but I feel like these would be great like appetizers or like
these would
something
be an
you could take
amazing
to a
appetizer
party.
to take with you anywhere. People would be so impressed, and a nice little toothpick setup and you'd be good to go. And see, you might get one that explodes like that, and that's all right. And then they just come out here over on the rack to drain. So yeah, a couple minutes per side, nice and brown all the way around. Get that meat cooked through. Another nice thing about putting these into a hot oven as you're getting other things ready is you know that that heat is going to work its way through, and that way you know it's cooked all the way through if you're not confident that you were able to get it cooked as well as you would like it to be. So if that's something that you feel like you don't have the cooking experience to nail every single time, a really nice way to buffer that is to have a hot oven and put something like this in that hot oven and just let it sit in there while you're getting other stuff ready, and that way it keeps everything up to temperature and it works that heat all the way through.
Awesome.
Yeah.
This also is smelling so good right now.
Oh, it smells amazing.
Gotta love it.
But yeah, once you get the feel of this down and you kind of just instinctually know what you're doing and how long it takes. You just kind of fly right through it.
And just for those of us, maybe like myself, that don't cook, so you were saying the oven is cool to make sure you thoroughly cook it?
Yep.
So around what temperature would you say these need to be at then?
Well, it depends on what you are willing to do. So beef as a whole cut, like if it's a steak, something like that, beef generally is considered safe around like 125, 127. That's like a rare steak, that kind of stuff. And honestly, if it's from a really trusted source, you can eat beef raw, so that's not a problem. Now, this beef is ground, and it comes from a store. So I don't trust ground beef from the store enough to want it like that. So if I'm doing something like this, I would like to see the internal temperature of a meatball of this kind of ground beef. I would like to see it around 145.
Okay.
That's kind of like a medium pushing towards medium well. And I don't necessarily like cooking my beef that much, but when I get it from the store, just for safety purposes, I like it a little more well done. But if you trust it, you don't even need it that much. And if you grind your own beef, you can actually leave this rare, because if it was like a whole piece of meat and you just ground it up, you don't have to worry about all of that, like what was ground into it and what, you know, safety concerns might there be. You don't have to worry about that stuff. So if you grind your own beef, you use a grinder and a whole piece of meat and you grind it up into your own ground beef to make something like this, you could do significantly less.
Okay, cool.
So.
And the cheese ball, babe, that you're stuffing it with,
Yeah.
you made that yourself, right?
I did.
So what, just in case people want to copy your cheese ball recipe because it's delicious, what ingredients did you put in that cheese ball?
Yeah, that's cream cheese and so it's 2 blocks of cream cheese, 4.5 ounce container of chipped beef or dried beef, diced very, very fine. And then I put in a large shallot, diced up very small. And I put in about a tablespoon of dried chives. And I put in a little bit of onion powder and a little bit of garlic powder and a little bit of white pepper. Just do all those to taste. Mix it all together.
Yum.
That's it.
Such a good combo too, with the shallots and the garlic
yeah.
and all that, with the cheese and the meat.
It's a fantastic combo. And then when you go to use it in something like this, you get that real distinct cheese ball kind of flavor in the center, which is just really, really nice.
Well, it's probably, I'm guessing, a lot better to make your own cheese ball than go buy one at the store.
Oh, absolutely. You don't
knows
know what's in the
that.
stuff at the store. And quite honestly, you don't know the quality of the stuff. Even if you read the ingredients label, you don't know what the quality of the cheese they used is, or what kind of cream cheese they used, or what fillers might be in. Like, it's just easiest and best. Because cheese balls are not hard. I mean, all you do is put all of those ingredients into a bowl and mix it up. And then you just shape it into a little ball shape, stick it in the refrigerator, it's ready to go.
That's awesome.
So yeah, definitely worth making your own.
Cool. Do you want to say hey to some people?
I would love to say hey to people while I'm frying
Frying
meatballs.
it on up. And if you guys have questions for Chris, drop them below.
Yep, please let me know.
Can we get people to give us a thumbs up on the video?
Yes, absolutely. Hit the thumbs up button, like, subscribe, and share, all the fun things. That's what tells YouTube that this is something that is cool and something other people might be interested in, and it supports the channel, and it's free, it's low carb, it's great.
It's good. It's all good. Mary's here, says hi
Mary.
from Chile, Kansas City.
Good to see you.
The wonderful Miriam Bear is here.
Well, hi, Miriam.
She says, I love the red pants, Chris.
Thank you kindly.
Evelyn says, I just won 2 Walmart gift cards in the last week. One was tonight.
Very cool.
That's pretty cool. That's a lot of luck. I like it.
That's right.
V-Dub Lady says, be sure to hit that thumbs up like button.
Yes, please.
Auntie says, I like snow the best in someone else's state. LOL. We'll pack it up and send it to you.
That's right.
Funny. Carl, Keto Dog, is here.
Hi, Carl.
He said, so excited for stuffed meatballs.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So I'm doing this with this cheese ball, but this same technique, you could do this with just like chunks of cheddar cheese mozzarella cheese. You could make a mixture of your own that doesn't have to be a cheese ball. It doesn't have to be cheese of any kind. You could stuff it with something else. Like you could take pepperoni and put it inside of a meatball. You could,
my gosh.
yeah, you could do all kinds of different things. There's all sorts of ways to get creative with this technique.
Oh my, I'm like drooling. It sounds so good.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's also, like you said, great for like, you can take an appetizer to like a party or something. We got Christmas parties that are going to be coming up here at the end of the month. Like, you know, you're going to one of those holiday parties and you want to take an appetizer. Like, this is a cool way to take something and show people, like, guess what? Keto and carnivore does not have to be boring. You can do really cool stuff and you can still have like party foods and fun things. And
well, I don't know if other people know this, but like if they do this, but I remember growing up and I'd go to like holiday parties, meatballs or like Swedish meatballs was a big appetizer.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that's a big thing. So
absolutely,
being able to serve a version like this that people know what it is and get your standard American diet friends to chow down, that's awesome.
Absolutely, it's a great way.
Yeah. Your parents say only 23 degrees here.
Woo! It's a little cool.
Just a bit.
Just a bit cool.
Forecast says it's going down to 15 degrees tomorrow night.
Yikes.
Man. Jeez. Cold, cold, cold.
Yep.
Auntie says, not me wanting to make a cheese ball just to do this. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're a fan of like cheese balls, I mean, this is like a super cool way to eat a cheese ball anytime you want.
Oh, yeah. And I love it that we're using up leftovers too.
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, we had a bunch of people and we used a lot of stuff, but man, this is...
Well, and here's the deal too with the economy. Who wants to go wasting food because it's a cheese ball sitting in the refrigerator and you don't know what else to do with it, and you're just well, I just can't eat it. I'm just going to throw the rest of it away because it's starting to go bad now. Like,
right. Especially this time of year, a lot of people got to buy Christmas presents.
Of
your
course.
Taxes are due. I mean, it's a whole thing.
Yep.
So
absolutely.
It's awesome. Let's see here. 22Q Cat says meatballs with a surprise center.
Yep, that's the way we do it.
Mary Kay Wesling says, I like your Christmas lights on your microwave.
Well, thank you kindly. Yeah, we're just trying to keep it fun and festive in here.
Yeah. Sharon Holloway says, looks like the party is here tonight.
I mean, listen, I think the party is wherever we are all the time, but
Yeah.
others might disagree, but we have a good time.
The party may be where we're at, but we're usually like, done and ready for bed by 8:30. So.
As Kesha said, the party don't start till I walk in.
Oh, wow, he's quoting Kesha. Calm down.
It doesn't happen very regularly, so enjoy it while it's here, I guess.
There you go. Rickwin96 says, love your t-shirt, Chris.
Well, thank you kindly.
Johnny Cash has always been one of my favorite country
Oh, you
singers.
gotta love the man in black.
That's right. Karen Low Carb Spin says, just want to thank you for doing the deboning your turkey dry brine video. Saved me a huge amount of cooking time. Everyone loved it.
Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, I did that for us, and my parents absolutely loved that one as well. That's a fun recipe. If you guys haven't seen that, you can go on my channel and just check it out. It's one of the last few videos I put out. But debone the entire turkey and dry brine it and cook it in a different way, and it's just really, really cool. It saves you a lot of time on your cooking, and it also makes your turkey the most amazing, moist, beautiful turkey you will ever have.
I'm going to second that. It's so good.
I'd put that up against any turkey in the world. I truly would.
It was amazing. So good. Bruce wants to know, would you use an Insta thermometer to make sure it's heated all the way through?
Yeah, if you're concerned about it and you don't know if you're going to get it all the way, I think an instant read would be the best way to do it. Just pick the biggest meatball you got in the pot at the time and stick it right into the center.
Love it.
Yep.
Stephen Stone wants to know, isn't there pork in your meatball recipe? Thinks it's a different recipe than the first one he saw. So
you can do the meatball recipe with pork, with beef, with veal, or with any combination of them. It really doesn't matter. I've done it with pork and beef both. I've done it with just beef. I've done it with beef and veal. I've done it with beef and lamb. I mean, you can do it a lot of different ways, so you can do it however you want.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know you've made it a bunch of different ways.
Yep.
We eat a lot of meat in this house, in case you haven't guessed that. So we mix it up. We mix it up.
Absolutely.
Laura says, hi, Chris, Ash, and Mel from SoCal.
Hello, Laura. We're glad you're here.
Yeah. Mary Kate Wesling says, that's how I make a chipped beef ball.
Yep.
Evelyn says, looks delicious. Yum. And
Pretty tasty.
Dustin at Keto Simple is so sweet. Gave you a $2 super chat.
Oh, well, thank you, my brother.
Says, meatballs yummy in my tummy.
That's right.
Yeah, so good, man.
That's right. Dustin knows where I'm coming from. He gets it.
Oh, totally, man. He says they sound amazing. Nancy says hi from Columbus, Georgia.
Hi, Nancy.
It's good to catch a live. Those meatballs look great.
Well, thank you kindly. We're very glad that you're here. And yes, I think these meatballs are going to be wonderful.
I mean, look at them, man. I'm excited. I'm hungry. Laura says, Chris, my pudding turned out grainy. Any advice?
The pudding, you said?
Pudding.
So if your pudding turned out grainy, it's either an issue with your blender or if you tried it in a food processor, perhaps, because you need to have a vortex and you need to have enough liquid that it can fully blast apart all of those particles of protein. So if it turned out grainy, it's probably either your blender is not strong enough or perhaps you used a food processor that left it grainy, or maybe you needed a little bit more liquid so that you could get it to fully blend. So it depends on what kind of food processor or blender you're using. Like, for example, there's a Ninja blender which has the blades on multiple levels. That does not sit at the bottom and create a vortex to suck things in. It spins around like a triple level food processor, and that chops instead of creating a vortex and blending. So it's a big difference in the way that it comes out.
I gotcha. Cool.
So usually that's what it is.
Awesome. Well, hopefully that helps.
Yeah.
Speaking of pudding, didn't you just make some today?
I did. My sister-in-law is about to have some dental surgery, and I used that pudding when I had my wisdom teeth taken out. And she is going to have dental surgery and be using some of that pudding as well.
Yep.
It's great for that. So.
And she's on a standard American diet.
Yep.
So hopefully.
Yep. And this was by her request. It's not me telling her to eat it. It's her request because she loves that recipe so much.
Yeah. They said something at Thanksgiving, and then they called today and were like, Chris, please. So.
Like, can you please do this? I'm like, yep, I can do that.
Sending her with that and some packs of Keto Chow. Got her all hooked up.
Yep. We got her hooked up for her recovery time.
Yeah. Low Carb Spin says, I needed that Cheeseball recipe for the topper on my charcuterie board.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, yeah, I bet that's going to be so good.
Yep, well, it's very simple. It is 2 blocks of cream cheese, 4.5 ounce container of chipped beef, or somewhere abouts around there, 4 ounces or so of the chipped beef all chopped up, and then a large shallot, a tablespoon or 2 of the chives, and then garlic powder, onion powder, white pepper to taste. And I did not add any salt because it didn't need it, but if you feel like you make it and you feel like it needs a little bit of salt, you can always add a little salt in there too.
Cool.
That's it. Just soften the cream cheese, mix it all together.
Sounds like that recipe is pretty customizable too.
It's very customizable. You can add whatever seasonings you would like. You can leave out whatever you don't want to add in. It's, you can make it work for you. No problem.
Awesome. Sammy Jane Casper says, just the sizzle is making me drool.
Yes, that'll certainly do that to you.
You should be here to smell it, man.
Oh, it smells amazing.
It's awesome. Auntie says, welcome to the party. Please leave by 9 p.m. LOL. That's funny. And SJ says, I'm late to the party. Hi, y'all.
Well, that's all right. We're just glad you're here. We were waiting on you this whole time.
Exactly. Waiting for you to get here.
Nothing cool has happened, but now that you're here, it's going to get wild.
That's right. Miriam Bear says, I'm impressed with how well you can cook and talk at the same time, Chris. It would hurt my brain.
Oh, well, to be fair, I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that when I'm in the kitchen, the family comes in here and hangs out, and they're all talking to me, so I get a lot of practice at it.
Yeah. I also come in and talk to him a lot when he's in the kitchen, so he's just a superhero.
Ash can also tell you, if I'm in the kitchen and I'm cooking and I stop talking and suddenly I'm not responding, it's probably best to leave me alone because I'm dealing with something or struggling with something or something's not going right. So
it's very rare that happens.
It doesn't happen much.
He's just superhuman. He does it all.
Nah, I don't know about any of that.
Yeah. Rockin' Keto Amy says, my Christmas present arrived. Can't wait to make CCN noodles.
Yeah.
But I have to wait until Christmas. I love when hubby picks out presents that will benefit him. That's called marriage.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. Well, I'm glad that you got that and looking forward to seeing what you think of those noodles when you can get them rolling because they are good.
I think you probably make your noodle recipe. I love your noodle recipe. We probably make that.
Sometimes I'm making that once a week.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's once every other week, but yeah, I make that one. Of all of my recipe videos I've done and recipes I've created, that's probably the one that I've used the most frequently, just because there's so many different ways I've customized it, and it's just so useful.
Right. You can do so much with it.
Yeah.
I was telling someone the other day, and they said they were shocked. I have only had Chris's mashed potato recipe, which is amazing. But I think because so many people know Chris for that, I think that they think we eat that like all
every
the
week?
time. Like every week. I think what was that, about 1.5 years, 2 years ago? You would have put that video out.
Yeah.
I have
the
only
original
had.
one was
I've only had that recipe like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And usually it's for like holidays and stuff like that. So yeah. But your pasta recipe is awesome, and you can do so much with it. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good for you, girl. Good. Steven Stone says, just got rid of a Ninja blender and bought a real one.
Yeah, there you
Come
go.
on, upgrade. And Laura says, thanks, Chris. Yes, it is a Ninja. I will use my other blender.
Yep, that would be the reason why. I hate to bust people's bubbles when they do that, but it's just those Ninja blenders, they do certain things really well, and then there's a lot of other things they just don't do because it's just the way they're designed. And you know, I hate to say it, but I try to make recipes that you can do no matter what kind of equipment you have, but unfortunately, anytime you're taking the eggs and blending them up, be it my mashed potatoes or like the egg pudding or any of that kind of stuff, there's just no way to get around it. So just, you know, it's just all you can do, because it's just purely physics. I mean, you can't violate the laws of physics, and that's what it comes down to.
Sure.
So
Absolutely. Let's see. Mary Kay Wesley wants to know, inquiring minds want to know what pudding recipe. I think we have a couple moderators in the chat. Maybe
yeah, if one of them can find that and drop that in, that would be great. But it is the egg pudding recipe. I have a video where I do a chocolate version, and I also do a savory chicken version. So,
which the savory chicken version is really good too, by the way.
It is. It's absolutely. It's the way Tristan described it, because he did the taste test for me on that video. The way he described it was, it's like ramen broth pudding.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a great description because it's very accurate.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what I would feel about that. I mean, chocolate pudding I'm all for, but
Yeah.
the savory, it's like, well, that's kind of different, but it was really, really good.
Yep.
Let's see here. Sean is here, SD Bradley.
Hello, Sean.
He says, hey, y'all, sorry I'm late.
Oh, well, it's all right. It's good to see you.
Yeah. Rockin' Keto Amy wants to know, is your chip beef recipe on your website? We have another name for that, LOL.
No, it is not on my website. It's not a recipe that I have done for anybody. It was just something I threw together for Thanksgiving, kind of based on the way my grandma used to do it when I was a kid. So
yeah. And it was tasty.
Absolutely.
Risa's Cluttered Kitchen is in the house.
Hello, Risa. We're so glad you're here.
Yeah. Says better late than never.
Yep, that's right.
Hello, all. Busy making keto chow coconut shrimp for my birthday dinner.
Cool.
Birthday is tomorrow.
Oh, well, happy birthday, Risa.
That is so exciting.
That sounds like a fantastic recipe that you were creating for yourself there. So, love it.
Sounds like a good birthday dinner.
It does indeed.
Yeah. Mary Kay Wesling says, okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And Low Carb Spin wants to know, what blender brand do you use?
Mine is a Vitamix.
Okay.
They're not cheap. Blendtec is another brand that does really good high-powered blenders. Vitamix is the only one I have experience with, but I would not trade my Vitamix for anything. And they're not cheap, but they are worth saving the money and investing in because they just do an amazing job. Nothing else works quite like them.
Awesome. And thank you so much, Bruce. I see you put the link there to the pudding recipe. Appreciate
Awesome.
that. He's on it. Let's see. Rockin' Keto Amy says, is there a blender that is not a Vitamix that is recommended? It's a little pricey for her. Do you have any recommendations, or do you think just the Vitamix?
Blend Tech is the only other company that I would say really competes and does the same kind of thing, and it's a similar price point. Unfortunately, with a blender like that, you're just going to get what you pay for. So there's just, you know, and I hate to say this, but there are certain things in the kitchen, if you want to do this kind of stuff, you just cannot get around paying the money.
Yeah.
And it sucks. I get it. I mean, you know, every time I go to buy new kitchen gear, I think Ash has a little mini heart attack.
Well, you know,
But
to be fair,
it's so tough to do this kind of stuff without the right gear.
yeah.
So.
You know, to be fair, I think I used to have a little mini heart attack. But the one thing I've actually learned through the years of being married to Chris Cooking Nashville is we may pay a lot for a piece of equipment, but we'll have it and it will last forever and ever and ever.
Yeah.
Whereas sometimes he'll buy a cheaper something because it's like, oh, well, that's a lot of money. And then it breaks 3 to 6 months later, and now we're just back to buying something else.
Buying another one to replace it.
So I think, especially with something like in your kitchen that you're going to use a lot, I mean, I think it's just better to invest. So
I agree. And it sucks because I know it's, you know, no one wants to have to spend the money, myself included, but there just unfortunately is no good way around it.
Yep.
You know?
Spend the money and then you'll save money in the long run.
That's kind of the way it works.
Yep. Absolutely. Hey, Chaotic Carnivores in the house.
Well, hello, Chaotic Carnivore.
Saying happy early birthday to Risa.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Let's see here. Auntie has a little suggestion. I love this. Says you can often get a Vitamix on HSN and make payments.
Yeah, there you go. You can also a lot of times do that through Amazon. You can use my Amazon link to sign in.
That's right.
And Amazon has payment options a lot of times. You can also check out thrift stores because sometimes you can find things like that at a really good price. They're used, but you can get them those kinds of places and get an amazing piece of gear for almost no money.
Exactly. Absolutely. Estate sales too is something else I've heard. A lot of people have nice
estate
kitchen
sales,
equipment.
Facebook Marketplace. There's ways, and it's not the most convenient thing in the world, I know, but it pays in dividends later.
Absolutely. I thanked Bruce, you know, for sharing the link, and he says, "Gotta earn my keep somehow." Well, Bruce, you definitely are, my friend. Thank you so much.
We appreciate you very much.
We really do. We really do. Thank you.
Thank you to all the rock star moderators that keep this whole thing going for us.
Yes, you guys are seriously so sweet. Y'all are so kind. We appreciate y'all. Miriam says, I've had 2 BlendTech blenders, but I like my Vitamix more.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've heard. I've never used a BlendTech, but for people that have owned both, I've heard that the Vitamix just, something about it just does a better job. So I don't know what that is or why, but it's just a thing. Yeah.
And Mary Kay Westling says, Vitamix are worth the more. Ones last forever and great customer service.
Yep, I've had mine since, I mean, I was living in Key West, I think, when my parents, they gave it to me as a gift. They found a really good price on them at like a Costco or, I don't know, something. They got me this blender back here. I had that since, I think I was in Key West. Maybe it was even before that. So, I mean, you're talking, let's see, 2010, 2012, 13, 15... probably somewhere in the range of like 2015 to 2017. So, I mean, we're going on like 10 years on this blender.
You have had that blender longer than you've had your wife.
Yep.
It's impressive too. And I mean, you use it like every day too.
Oh yeah, I use it all the time.
Yeah. Sharon, a lot of people are talking about how great their Vitamix is. Sharon Holloway says, Vitamix was one of the best investments we ever did for the kitchen.
Yep.
Hubs used to kill a blender at least once per year. Not now, 10. That's pretty impressive.
There you go. Well, that's the thing. I mean, they just have such a strong motor that you can just work them to absolute death. And they still just keep running. They just keep going. So
yeah,
they just have a very, very powerful motor.
Yep, the Energizer Bunny of blenders.
Yep.
Jujube is here.
Hi, Juju.
Says, good evening, friends. Just made a Christmas planter for the table. Now I'm making steaks.
Very cool. Very cool.
That.
Love it.
You should send us a picture. I bet it's beautiful.
Absolutely.
Let's see. A lot of people are saying Facebook Marketplace.
Yep, it's a great place to find them.
I got my Vitamix on eBay.
There you go.
So some great suggestions.
Yep.
Cranky Carnivore Cutler is here.
Well, hi, Cranky Carnivore Cutler.
I just love your user handle, my friend. Says, I bought a smoked turkey from Sam's Club with no hint of smoke flavor. Can I use that to make pudding?
To make pudding? I mean, I guess you could blend that into some pudding. I don't know. I mean, because the pudding base is eggs, and then I'm using chicken broth as a way to add the chicken flavor in. But I mean, you could, theoretically, you could dice up some small amounts of turkey and incorporate that and blend that in there as well. I don't see why not. You might need a little bit more liquid to get it to liquid,
right.
You know, sort of turn into that pudding texture. But yeah, you could totally do something like that. Do like a egg and meat pudding.
Yeah. Honestly, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, might actually be a really good way to use up leftover poultry. I'll have to think about that and see if I get any other ideas about that.
Yeah. Sean, SC Bradley 510 says, we got our tasty and we used it to cook ribeyes tonight. They were really good. I can't wait to fix more things in it.
Excellent. I'm so glad. Yeah, that does a really good job. If you guys haven't seen the tasty air fryer video that I did, let's see, what was it I did in the tasty air fryer? I can't remember now.
I feel like you did wings. I feel like it was chicken wings, but
yeah,
I could be wrong.
I can't remember. Whatever it was really good.
Yeah, it does a great job. I mean, it's awesome. And I bet ribeye sounds really good too. Dustin at Keto Simple says, smash the like button. Share this out so your friends know about Chris and Ash.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, my friend. And if you guys did not know, Dustin over at Keto Simple has a fantastic channel. And correct me if I'm wrong, Dustin, but I believe you're going live right after we're done.
Yeah, I like it. It's
so
Tuesday
anyone
night.
who's watching us should then, when I'm done, hop on over to Keto Simple's channel, subscribe while you're there, and join us in the comments section of his channel, because that's where Ash and I will be.
Yeah. Also, if I'm not mistaken, I know Miriam is in the chat. I think our friends at Keto Chow go live too right after Dustin, right?
Yep, I believe they do. So if you guys have not partaken of the joys of Keto Chow and Salty, first of all, I have a link down below. You can get a discount on any of those products. But second of all, you should totally go over and be a part of their live stream, because they're amazing people and they do awesome things, and we like supporting awesome people.
Exactly. And Miriam, if you want, drop in what time y'all are going to be going live, and so that way people know. But
yep,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Tuesday night is a live stream party.
It is an extravaganza.
I love it. Let's see here. Auntie wants to know, how did Chris have the exact amount of Cheeseball per meatball? Magic.
You know, when you do this kind of stuff as much as I do, I think sometimes you kind of get to a point, you look at things and you just see how many little bits of things might be there. You just kind of get, I don't know, practice doing that,
I mean, look at that though, babe. I mean, that's empty.
Oh, these smell so good.
Are you gonna do a little taste test here for us?
I'm already doing your taste test.
Oh, you're already doing it? Well, hold on. You ain't wasting no time, are you?
Nope. Go ahead and reach in there and get you one.
Oh, okay.
Because then I'm gonna stick them in the oven, warm them up.
Okay.
So they'll be good when it's time for dinner.
Let's see if I can, like, look at that. So tasty.
So good.
Oh my gosh.
They're so good.
Oh, wow.
Those are so good. All right.
So.
No more meatball for you till dinner.
No. No.
Do you guys have your salty electrolytes today? I do.
Man, I tell you what, you ought to make those meatballs. That is so good. It's the outside has like enough of a crispy kind of crust.
It's almost like a crust on the outside.
I mean, it really feels like it's almost fried in something, but it's not. But oh my gosh, the crispy crust on the outside, and then inside the meat is so juicy, it's so tender, and then you get that cheese.
Yep.
And I mean the shallots and all that stuff that you've seasoned your cheese ball with.
Yeah.
Man, that's
fantastic.
Deadly. That
is fantastic.
Oh my gosh.
What a great thing.
My mouth is full, and I'm sorry, but that is delicious. That is delicious.
Absolutely fantastic. Well, that's how we do the stuffed meatballs, guys. If you have questions, let me know. And we can tell you a little bit about what we got going on. By the way, this is the grapefruit flavor, the new grapefruit salty. It's my new favorite flavor. And I added in just a little bit of kefir.
Yep.
Because we like kefir just a little bit here and there, you know, the fermented dairy. kind of seems to be good for both of our guts. I don't do it very regularly. Ash does it pretty regularly because it makes a big difference for her for gut health. I don't do it regularly, but I do it a little bit here and there. Grapefruit plus a little bit of the kefir in there to make it like a creamy grapefruit kind of a thing. Man, that's so good.
Oh, it's delicious.
It's so good. If you guys haven't seen the new salty flavors, I also have a video. Ash and I kind of did a quick review of each of the 3 new flavors. You guys have got to go check out the new salty flavors. They are so good, and you can use my Keto Chow link in the description box to get yourself a discount on salty and Keto Chow both.
What's your current favorite flavor? Because I know we had, you know, it's a tough one, but the new flavors came out. So what's your favorite?
The grapefruit is my current favorite.
Awesome.
So now that'll probably change within a week because
Yeah.
they're all so good, and it'll kind of depend on the mood that I'm in. But as of right now, the grapefruit is my favorite.
It's really good. I like the grapefruit. I think my favorite though is actually the cherry.
Yeah.
And like you were saying, I like to put the kefir in it.
Mm-hmm.
And if y'all do kefir, you should try it because when I do that, and I also put a little splash of lemon juice.
Yeah.
It literally reminds me of like a yogurt, like a strawberry yogurt.
Yeah, like
type
a berry,
vibe.
like a berry yogurt
Yeah.
vibe.
Even
Yeah.
though it's like cherry flavored, but oh, it's delicious.
It's a great way to get electrolytes in and just really enjoy it the whole time.
Oh yeah,
Like
I mean,
a couple of tablespoons of kefir is plenty, so it's not much. But you could also use heavy cream if you wanted to, but we like the fermented element of the kefir.
Yeah. Kefir makes me feel good, and so to add it into my electrolytes is just a way that I can kind of put all the good things for me in one drink.
Absolutely.
And drink it, so I love it.
Absolutely.
Cool. Let's see what we got going on here. So a lot of people are talking about how you must be a wizard because you had the right amount of cheese to meatball. I don't even know how you did it, but you're killing it. Chaotic Carnivore says, have to head out early, but I hope everyone had an amazing Thanksgiving. Always fills my heart to go spend some time with everyone. Have a wonderful night.
Yeah, thank you. You too, Chaotic Carnivore. If you guys don't know, she has a cool channel. Go over and show her some love too.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. And then Dustin and Auntie and everyone's awesome. So we have Dustin at Keto Simple going live at 8:05.
Okay.
And then we got our friends over at Keto Chow going live at 9:15 Eastern. And there's some links and all in the comments. So after we are done here, y'all go check them out.
So that is 8:05 Eastern, which is 7:05 Central. So it is 6:47 Central right now. So in 13 plus 5, so in 18 minutes, Dustin goes live.
A lot of math and a lot of numbers here.
And then about a little over an hour later is Keto Chow.
I love it. And Rockin' Keto Amy says, Tuesday night is now my favorite night. I love all of these live streams.
Oh, you're very, very kind. And I agree that Dustin and Keto Chow make Tuesdays a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. And Miriam says, yeah, our live stream starts at 9:15 Eastern. Kind of late, I know. Miriam, y'all are just party people.
That's right.
I see you guys up there staying
right.
up late. I like it.
They're over there snorting lines of Keto Chow and injecting some salty and partying to loud music and
staying up late, doing live streams.
That's right. That's right. If it says anything about how I feel about the craziness of life, the fact that for me 9:15 feels late.
I'm right there with you, babe.
That's actually 8:15 here. When it's 9:15 Eastern, that's 8:15 my time, and that feels late. I'm
telling you, like 8:30, man. 8:30.
8:30 rolls around, and I'm like, why am I out of my bed?
Yep. I like to be in bed watching a movie. We're really boring, honestly, guys. Chris and I are pretty lame.
Yeah, we don't really live the rock star lifestyle, that's for sure.
No, definitely not. Auntie says that she's having zesty orange salty.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. Oh, and Miriam wants to know, wait, you fried them, but now you're putting them in the oven. Is that just to keep them warm?
Yes, just to keep them warm. They are cooked all the way through. It's just to keep them warm. But if you had larger meatballs and you didn't think you were able to get them cooked all the way through, you could totally fry them to the color that you want, set them on the rack, and then you could stick them in an oven, say like 350, until they were cooked through. You could totally do that too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And honestly, this would be a really great way if you were going to take this to a place for like an appetizer at like a party or something, you know, kind of thing. Make these, fry them, stick them on a rack, and then when you go to wherever it is you are, shove them in the oven for 10 or 15 minutes at a high temperature, get them nice and hot again, pull them out, you're ready to go.
Amazing.
Yep.
Love it.
Easy.
Let's see here. So Amy says, I stay up late and have to start decorating, so I will be there, Miriam.
Yeah, there you go.
Your parents say, so when I'm there for Christmas, you better not cheat me and just give me the cheese ball. I want the meatballs. There you go.
There we go. I'll make the cheesy stuffed meatball appetizer when everyone's here at Christmas.
There you go. you better. You don't want to get in trouble.
That's right.
Stephen Stone says, waiting on my lemon lime, cherry salty, and cake mix from Keto Chow.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
some good stuff.
That is awesome.
And Lynn says, yes, I had my salty electrolytes in the form of Jello today.
Oh, there you go.
Yum.
Yes, I'm definitely gonna be playing around with doing some like jiggler type Jello bites with the especially with the new flavors, with the lemon lime and with the cherry. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Amy says, I haven't made kefir, but I make kimchi.
Okay.
And Stephen Stone wants to know, so what is kefir?
Yeah, so kefir or kefir, I believe, is how it's probably pronounced, but I'm a redneck and I don't care, and people that make fun of me for how I talk, that's fine. So kefir or kefir is a fermented milk product. So basically it is a whole milk, this is the whole milk version, but it's milk that has been fermented sort of like yogurt. So it has live active probiotic cultures in it. So it's tangy and is a little bit thicker. So it's, think of it like a drinkable yogurt kind of a thing is what it tastes like. But we get the plain unsweetened whole milk. This Maple Hill, they're not sponsoring this video. This Maple Hill 100% grass-fed organic kefir is really, really good. Really, really good stuff. And we only use it a couple of tablespoons at a time, so a bottle of this lasts us like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Between the two of us drinking it. So I mean, it's not the cheapest stuff. I think it's like $4 and change for this, but it lasts like almost a month.
Yeah, I was gonna
So-
say we bought some just the other day, like 2 days ago. So it lasted
Yeah, I
us
think
a
so.
month for
Yeah.
the two of us to have a little bit. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's really, really good. And it tastes really good in the salty. Just a little, doesn't take much. I mean, I think this is a 64 or is it like 80 ounces or something? This gigantic,
80.
yeah, it's like 80 or 90 or something ounces. And I use probably 2 to 3 tablespoons for the whole thing.
Yeah, I literally have a way smaller bottle, like 16 or 24 ounces, and I just put like a little splash.
Yeah, you probably use like a tablespoon in that.
Yep. Yeah, Cranky Carnivore Cutler says, I get raw milk from the farmer's market and only consume it as kefir. It makes awesome kefir cheese.
Yep, it's fantastic.
And Rickwood96 says, great suggestion, Ash. I make and drink kefir all the time. It has made such a difference to my gut health.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's changed my life. It's so good.
Yep, we love it.
Yep. So Keto Simple wants to know, how much water per salty packet to get the best flavor per your opinion?
Well, so I don't like things super intensely sweet, and I drink a lot of water. So I use 1 packet in this, like, at least 64 ounces is my goal. Anywhere from 64 to 90 ounces for a single packet. I know that some people really like the 16-ounce bottles with a single packet. That's way too strong for me. So if we're on the road, I get, like those, what are they, like 16.9 ounces or something water bottles. I get 2 of them, and I pour half the packet in one and half the packet in the other. I shake them both up, and then I pour them back and forth a little bit to kind of level out and make sure I got about half in each. And that's about as strong as I like to drink it. So I wouldn't put a packet in less than 32 ounces personally. Ash likes them a little stronger than I do when we're on the road, so she'll put us a packet in a single bottle and she'll just down it just hardcore.
And I know, see, look, you're talking about my party animal ways. But to me, I really enjoy the flavor of that. And so, I mean, it doesn't bother me or faze me. And I don't feel like with the salty, now I never have done that with another electrolyte company.
Yeah.
With the salty though, I can do that and the flavor doesn't bother me.
Right.
And
I love the flavor. The only reason that I don't do that is because 1, it's just more intense than I want it, and 2, it's too sweet for me when I do it that concentrated. I prefer it a little bit less sweet, which is why if I split it back and forth between the two, I'm much happier. The actual flavor, I don't mind being really strong. I prefer it weaker, but I can handle the flavor strong, no problem. It's just the amount of sweetness, because I'm so used to not eating sweet stuff that I think it just really stands out to me. I mean, I used to drink soda and all that stuff daily, and I don't do any of that anymore, so I try to stay away from the sweet liquids for the most part.
awesome.
So, but a little of it's nice, like when I do the big container here with 1 packet. I like that a lot.
Yeah, super good. Reese's Clutter Kitchen says, I got my cherry chill, lemon lime, and classic donut in the mail today.
Yeah, there you go.
And let's see if I can pronounce this right. So Carl says, I never made kimchi, but I've made, is it kofte?
Kofta?
Kofte.
Yeah,
is
it's
it kofta?
kofta. So kofta are Turkish meatballs.
Ah,
Yeah.
delicious.
Yeah.
I like it. And then Dustin also brings up a great point. So the Lioness go live at 8 p.m. Eastern. If you prefer them, check them out. Give us a chance and catch our replay. I'm totally on board celebrating and promoting our entire community.
Yes, absolutely.
Which is awesome. And Bruce said, sorry, Dustin, the Lionesses are prettier than you. And Dustin says, Bruce, you're not wrong. Y'all are funny. Cool. And then let's see here. Marilda says, Chris, may you and Ash have a nice, relaxing, special dinner and enjoy each other. You are both precious. You are both loved and cherished.
No, Marilda, you are the sweetest, and we appreciate you so very much.
Yeah.
Really do.
You're very sweet. We thank you so much. Lots of people are talking about Kefir and all the different things that they make, which is awesome. MA says, I do 1 pack in my 32-ounce bottle, and I love it.
Yep. I think 32 ounces for me is about the strongest that I personally enjoy. Some people like it stronger, but to me, 32 ounces or more watered down is where I like it best.
Yeah. Reese's Clutter Kitchen says, got my new Keto Chow products today. Can't wait to try Cherry Chill. Very excited about it.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
It really is. I think anyway.
Definitely. And then Rockin' Keto Amy has a great question. Says, what is weird was I tried to get links in the comments from Chris and Ash's Monday live stream after it ended, and they weren't there. Do the comments disappear after the live streams end?
So the comments should be there as long as I have checked the box that says live chat replay, which I try to remember to do. But if you go into a video like that, you do have to click where it says live chat replay because it's not in the regular comments. It's in a live chat replay box, which is separate. So you have to make sure to click that live chat replay thing to bring that up sometimes.
Yeah, awesome.
And it's also possible that I could have just forgotten to click the checkbox and make sure that it shows the live chat.
But maybe while we're having our meatballs, maybe we could double check and
Yep.
do our thing.
Yep.
Steven Stone says salty provides a satisfying replacement for sweet drinks. Works great.
I agree.
Oh, and Mary Kay Wesley wants to know the name of the kefir you use again, please.
Yeah, it's Maple Hill, I believe. Yeah.
I think that's right.
It is Maple Hill Organic.
Perfect.
And it's 100% grass-fed, and it's organic, so.
Awesome.
Yeah, and it's fantastic. Like, the ingredients, organic whole milk, live and active cultures.
That's it.
It is milk, and it is the cultures that grow in it. That's it. So, super clean, very tasty.
Cool.
Yep.
One last question, my love, if that's cool. Have you tried Hot Pockets or pie crust? Laura wants to know.
Working on a pie crust concept to be able to do that stuff for sure. So it's very difficult because starches and proteins work very differently in that kind of an arena, and it's hard to get a pie crust type texture that's not tough with flour, let alone when you try to do it with carnivore ingredients.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You're working on it though.
but we're trying.
Yeah.
We're trying.
So Jujube2407 says, gasp, you're human? I didn't know you can make mistakes. JK, on my cell phone, I have to swipe right to see the live comments play back.
Yeah. Usually you have to swipe right or left or do something different, or you have to click on something. It depends on what device you're watching on. But yeah, that makes it pop up for you. And yes, unfortunately, I am human and I'm not perfect in those things. What a bummer.
Wow. Thank you for your honesty. And then Miriam says, Chris says hi to his bestie, Chris.
Oh, well, tell my bestie Chris that his bestie Chris says hi.
Oh, so sweet.
Yes.
Chris squared.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, honey, I think you're all caught up on comments. Do you want to let people know what video we got coming out Saturday?
Yep, absolutely. This Saturday is going to be super cool. It is my roasted bone broth, and it's a 2-for-1 video. I'm going to show you how to turn it into a dairy-free, completely zero carb, nothing added gravy. So we're going to take bone broth and make bone broth gravy. I'm going to show you how I get the roasty, brown, tasty looking bone broth that I turn into that tasty gravy. And it was fantastic when we ate it.
Oh, it's delicious.
It's amazing.
It's super good.
It's amazing. And it's a great way to get all the collagen and the minerals and all these things from bone broth without just drinking bone broth. Nothing wrong with drinking bone broth. I love that. It's very good. But sometimes that just gets a little bit boring. But what if you could turn it into a gravy and you could pour your bone broth over, say, your steak or your burger patty or a chicken, which is what I did, or whatever. And you can do it with chicken bones, beef bones, pork bones, lamb bones. I mean, any kind of bones you've got, it works the exact same way.
I love it. Hey, really quick,
Yeah.
can I do 2 comments and a question here
Yeah,
that
of
just
course.
popped up? So for starters, Evelyn wants to know, do you need BFF necklaces for Chris and Chris?
I mean, we might. We might. I bet I know somebody who could make something cool like that.
Yeah. And Amy says that love the bone broth.
Yeah.
Question is, Judy wants to know, have you seen they now add stuff to the Now egg whites?
Yes, yes. Unfortunately, sometime within the last 3 months, I think it is, Now brand has started adding sunflower lecithin to the egg whites. It's a really big bummer because that was one of the best prices out there for egg white powder that was just egg whites. Unfortunately, because of a sunflower lecithin in it, sunflower lecithin is an added ingredient, and that means it's probably not going to whip up when you try to do the egg white recipes that require you to whip egg whites. It's going to be something that will prevent your egg whites from whipping. So the first thing we need to do is we all need to message Now brand and say, what are you doing? Knock that off, take that back out, because this is why we were buying your product. Maybe they'll listen, maybe they won't, I doubt it. But at the other end of that, we all need to be on the search for the best price and the best quality egg white powders that do not have additives, and just do the best we can to try to figure that out. The Sport Nutrition one that I have, I've got the big pail, I did a video about it. That's what I'm using right now, and I'm experimenting with that to see how it does in comparison to the Now brand, because I just used the last of the previous order that I had from Now brand, which did not have the sunflower lecithin, thankfully. So we just need to be on the lookout for what the best price is out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, Judy says that it doesn't whip.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yep.
be on the lookout.
Yep. Be on the lookout.
And Maggie, the substitute teacher, just gave you a $9.99
Well,
super thanks.
hi, Maggie. Thank you so much. If you guys didn't know, Maggie, the substitute teacher, is awesome and has an amazing channel, and you guys should go check her out too. That is very, very sweet of you, Maggie. Thank you so much. Those things make such a difference for us, trying to just keep up with all this. So
Yeah. She says it's for the festive, microwave, and holiday spirit.
well, thank you very much. We're
Yeah.
trying to make it fun and Christmassy in here. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yep. Well, cool.
Awesome.
All right. Well, we got some live streams and things coming up, guys. I'm actually going to be on Carrie Mann's channel, Homestead How. If you don't know Carrie, I'm going to be doing an interview with him. So be on the lookout on his channel, and I'll be jumping on a live stream with him. That should be fun. And then I'm going to have him on my channel coming in the future then very soon as well. So I'm going to go be on his channel, and then he's going to come be on mine. So we're gonna have some fun, and I've got some other things. We're gonna be doing one with Victor from Southern Keto, and I've got some others scheduled as well after that. So
And I had to check my calendar, but it's so this Saturday you're actually doing 2 interviews.
Yep.
We got Victor at Southern Keto coming
on my channel
at 10 a.m.
Yep, at 10 a.m.
Central, and then it looks like you're going to be on.
I'm gonna be on Carrie's channel at Homestead How.
Yep, that
And
same
that's
day.
it. Yep, and that's it. 7:15, I believe, my time Central. 7:15 Central on his channel that night.
Yep. Awesome. So yeah, you
Yep.
all on Saturday,
So-
December 7th.
Yep, that's what's going on. So we'll have that video coming out with the bone broth and the gravy that morning, and a bunch of cool stuff after the fact as well. So there we
Cool.
go. Guys, thank you all so much for being here. I suggest you go make these meatballs, because I'm going to dive into these things. I ain't got none to share. You're going to have to go make your own. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for supporting us. We appreciate all of you. Hope you've had an amazing Thanksgiving, and let's hit December hard, and let's have some fun and do some amazing keto and carnivore stuff while also enjoying the holiday season and our families and all the great things we're going to get to do. So thank you guys for being here. All of my links are down below. As always, go get yourself some of that salty and keto chow with that discount code, and use my Amazon link if you need to do some of your Christmas shopping, because it's down there for you guys. You can click that link. You can go buy whatever you want. It does not have to be in my shop. You click that link, you sign in, whatever you buy within 24 hours, I get a little tiny cut, does not change the price for you. So it's a free way while you're Christmas shopping to support the channel. And I really appreciate you guys doing that and just being there for us, because without all of you, we can't do this. So thank you guys for being here. We love all of you guys. This is Chris Cooking Nashville. My beautiful wife, Ash Taylor's hiding back there behind the camera. Guys, eat your meat, especially when it looks like a stuffed meatball I've got in the oven. Love your life. We'll see you here in the kitchen for a bunch more fun recipes, and we got some interviews coming soon. Bye, y'all.
Bye.